Today I'm sharing with you 4 sewing patterns that are super pretty, 3 for woven, 1 for knit, and they are totally free. The whole idea is to use the resources that we already have. If you want to see what my picks are from a bunch of free patterns there are out there, stay with me. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing, and today I'm here to talk about Sew Frugal 22. The challenge was created and is run by 2 fellow YouTubers here that have sewing channels. One is Frugalissima and the other one is the Yorkshire Sew Girl, and they have run this since last year, although last year the idea was to sew a dress. This time it can be any garment, and it's really easy to participate. If the idea is really easy, is choose a free sewing pattern, something that you don't need to pay for. Choose something that you already have in your stash, sew it during the month of March, and then post your picture of your garment on the 31st of March on Instagram. So there is a hashtag you can use on Instagram so everyone can find your make. I was not able to get involved last year, but here I am today sharing what my plans could be. This is just a fun event that's going on YouTube. If you follow on YouTube a lot of the sewing channels, they are making videos about the Sew Frugal 22 plans, and you'll see a video every single day, started at the end of February until the end of March. Today there is also a video about Sew Frugal on YouTube by Ready Steady Sew Emily. She has a YouTube channel and she's also posted a video about her plans. And tomorrow 2 more channels are posting their videos. One is Stitched Up and the other one is Christine Sews a Lot. Keep an eye out for this fun challenge. I will link a playlist below with all the videos coming up about this so you can get a lot of ideas of new patterns you can try that are totally free. Everyone has their picks according to their preference of what they'd like to sew. Some people have posted about men's patterns, children's patterns. There's a lot to see there, a lot of inspiration. And I have 4 patterns to share with you that I've chosen. My quest for free patterns started years and years ago when I really couldn't buy PDF patterns. It was a pretty dark time in my life where I just could not buy anything online. Anyway, I made good use of PDF patterns that were free back then. And now I've refined to what I look for. I never look for the basic t-shirts or the very basics. It's not my interest. I'm always looking for free patterns that have something extra, hopefully woven, which they are super hard to find. So I'll show you the first pattern I've had in my files for years on end. I'm sure I downloaded this in like 2017 or something. And I have double checked the links that everything works. These are still free patterns. You can get them today if you want to. So for all of these patterns, I have pulled out some fabrics from my stash. Just for inspiration. It doesn't mean I'll end up making them with these fabrics. It's just what I was inspired by today. And the first pattern is a French pattern. Now don't be scared about French. There are very basic words that you can use Google Translate. And for this specific pattern, it is a simple design and it's by the brand Crystal Coude. The top is called Badiane and it's a really nice knit top. It has a sweetheart neckline. It's finished inside with facings. And although it is a simple top, what I see there as something extra and unique is that really pretty neckline, which you don't usually see. That's why it's always been at the back of my mind that I want to try this pattern. It has European sizing from 32 to 52. It'll go up to a 50-inch hip. Okay, so you might have seen this fabric the other day on my last video where I've sewn a Terra tunic from Love Notions. It is this fabric that is a knit, has embroidery detail. It looks like embroidery and glaze, but it's a knit. It's very stretchy and semi-structured, which I think would hold up really well for this type of facing and that type of neckline. I am assuming that facing is going to be interfaced and top stitched. So I think this would be an appropriate fabric. I wouldn't want to choose a rayon spandex or an ITY or something super lightweight and flimsy. Same as bamboo spandex or modal, that I would not want to make it with that just because of the neckline. You see a lot of people talking about the free patterns from Mood, the website that sells you fabrics and notions and things. So I had been looking at these patterns for a while, but actually have never tried them or sewn them or printed them or downloaded them, nothing like that. So I took a deep dive. There are quite a lot of patterns there that are pretty out there in the design, and some that are pretty basic. I didn't have any criteria to choose some. I just looked and looked at pages and pages of free patterns until I found the ones that I liked. Maybe downloaded 10 patterns the other day, but I've chosen 2 here to share with you. At Mood, when you click on these links to these patterns, you'll see a sort of like a blog post where they have a picture of the finished item. And on the right hand side, they'll tell you what notions, what fabrics they use, and they tell you how much yards to buy, all that stuff. Of course, they want to sell you fabric. Keep scrolling down and you'll find the size chart. Sizes on these patterns are from 0 to 32, a hip of 63. There is a section there where you click, you type your email, and you get the PDF pattern in your email. And then you'll find all the instructions in photograph format. When you get your file, the only thing in the file is the actual pattern. There aren't any layers there, so you have to just print all the sizes and just follow the little line shape to find your size. And then to sew it, you have to go to the blog post and the website to see the pictures there. So that is the type of pattern that you get. You know, it's free, so why not? And the first one I've chosen is the Flora blouse. Now, the way they show it there with some type of cotton and some lace, I'm not sure what fabrics they use there, but you can see it on the side. I'm not a fan of the way they sewed it there. I tried to look beyond that and just look at the line art, and you can see the line art here. When you see the line art, you see the curved seams, and that there's no defined sort of sleeve. It's just open, and there's fabric all the way down here. I think that would look amazing in a chiffon, and there's no other fabric I would choose to make that with. Maybe a rayon, but no, I want to keep the sheenness so that when you can wear it, you can see the arms moving in there and that there is a body under there rather than doing it in a stiff fabric like the one they've shown there. So this is the chiffon I pulled out of my stash. I think it's super pretty. It is sheer, but it's not as sheer as other ones I have sewn. You can definitely see my arms under there, but in a very subtle way. I think it's really, really pretty. Love that. And it's got navy. And we all know I have a navy cami that I can wear now that has all the support and I don't need a bra. So I'm looking to make blouses that'll go with that as well. I think this would look amazing. And all this fabric here wouldn't really be bulky or uncomfortable. The other pattern I have from Mood is called the Olive Jacket. You can see in the photo here that it's green. It's got a lot of patch pockets, epaulets. And they've made it also in a really structured fabric. It looks to be like a cotton twill or something, denim. So I would love to make that. Look at the liner, it's really pretty. Look at the drawstring at the bottom, a little bit of volume on the sleeves. I think it's a pretty unique design. I think I'd lengthen it a tad so it's not so cropped. Instead of using those heavy wovens, I have here an option or two of rayon twill instead. I've had this fabric for such a long time in my stash. I don't usually sew with squares like this. I think I could make an exception for that jacket. I would not sew those epaulets. There's no way. I do not like that feature. I don't like the way that they emphasize the shoulders. So I have tried epaulets in the past. I've done my best and I just don't like them. So that is a feature I would not sew. But I think a really lightweight jacket would look really nice in this. And maybe to go closer to the original photo they have there, I also have this really pretty green rayon twill. It's a little bit crinkled because I just pulled it from my stash, but it's a really flowy fabric but heavy at the same time, which I think just ticks all the boxes for this pattern. If I wanted a little heavier jacket, I really, really hope I can get it made because I really like it. The fourth pattern I have is another French pattern, but with this one you have actually English instructions when you get all the downloads, and the brand is Maison Fauve. Look, I don't know how to pronounce French. The blouse is called Tilda and it's for woven fabrics. It's got a really pretty sleeve, a little bit of pin tuck detail in the center front, but otherwise it's a pretty simple woven design and I really love that. Because of the detail here at the center front, I would try to avoid making it in a print, which I know is really hard for me, but I have a nice little woven that will motivate me as well, which is this chiffon, and it's purple. It's so pretty. I've been trying to make it for a long time. And I think that blouse would look really pretty with the pin tuck details here and a little bit of gathers on the sleeve. It would look amazing. I would just wear some type of cami underneath, you know, because of the sheenness. But I think that would look really, really nice. And a purple fabric, when it's solid, it will motivate me to sew it in a solid. So I'm always looking for the prints. You know, those are my picks. Of course, I won't be making the 4 patterns. There is no way I have enough time for that. But you will see what garment I made and the final fabric I've chosen for this one on the 31st of March. I'll have a video up all about it. And I'll also post my photos on Instagram so I can also participate in the challenge. There are tons and tons of prizes, lots and lots of prizes. They got a lot of sponsors. So it's really fun if you're on Instagram, maybe you want to take part and look at what everyone else is making. And of course, you could also find a ton of new free patterns that you can try out if you haven't. Some are pretty repeated, some are very well known, but some are pretty not known. I wanted to find some that weren't that known to share with you, and I did a ton of research to make this video. Hope you enjoyed it. This is the first official video I film in this room. I'm really happy I'm here. It is dark and pouring out there. It is a day that there was no way I could have filmed outside. So this room just made it all easier. There are a lot of things I still need to think about. I need to keep my lights charged. The light that was behind me giving color suddenly just lost all its battery, so I know I need to keep those lights all charged up, and a whole bunch of little details I need to sort out. But I'm very happy I was just able to whip in here and film this video for you in a nice calm environment, and I'm sitting down, I can have a nice chat with you. Thank you so much for the outpour of support and encouragement in your comments that you all gave me in the last video. I read them all. It's really touching. So thank you so much. Now I don't know what the rest of your day looks like. Mine looks like this. I'll go up to my sewing room, print a couple of PDF patterns I'm planning to sew, and just start the whole process again to make new videos for you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you participate in the Sew Frugal 22 challenge. Really fun. I'm excited to take part, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.